You've been watching the market for years, maybe even decades. You research companies, read earnings reports, follow the news religiously. Yet somehow, you're still watching politicians consistently outperform professional fund managers and wondering how they do it. Here's what you believe about stock picking: it's not wrong, it's just catastrophically incomplete. I've spent years tracking what the smart money actually does, and Nancy Pelosi's recent moves tell a story most people are missing entirely. Take her massive Intel position. She bought between $1 million and $5 million worth of Intel shares when most investors were writing off the company as yesterday's news. While everyone was obsessing over AI chips from Nvidia, Pelosi was betting big on the company getting billions in government funding through the CHIPS Act. This wasn't just a stock pick, it was insider knowledge of policy impact that most retail investors never consider. But that Intel play is just the beginning of a much bigger pattern. Here's where it gets really interesting. Pelosi didn't just buy one AI stock, she systematically built a fortress of the companies that would benefit most from artificial intelligence. She grabbed Nvidia for up to $5 million right as the AI boom was taking off. Then she doubled down with massive positions in Microsoft and Broadcom, each worth millions. But here's what most people miss: she wasn't just buying the obvious AI plays. She was positioning for the entire ecosystem, the chips, the software, and the infrastructure. This is portfolio construction at its finest, and it reveals something even more telling about her next moves. While everyone was focused on her big tech bets, Pelosi made a move that flew completely under the radar, and it might be her smartest play yet. She bought up to $1 million in Palo Alto Networks, the cybersecurity giant that most retail investors barely know exists. Think about the timing here: with AI expanding rapidly and cyber threats multiplying, who better than a high-ranking politician to know that cybersecurity spending was about to explode? Government contracts, private sector paranoia, and international tensions all pointed to one thing: companies like P&W were about to get very, very busy. But that's not even the most revealing part of her strategy. Here's where Pelosi showed she's not just good at buying, she knows when to sell. She dumped between $500,000 and $1 million worth of Tesla stock, and the timing was absolutely perfect. This was before Tesla's stock started its volatile swings and regulatory scrutiny intensified around autonomous driving promises. While retail investors were still caught up in the Elon Musk mystique, Pelosi was quietly taking profits and moving her money elsewhere. She understood something that most investors learn too late: knowing when to exit is just as important as knowing when to enter. And where she moved that Tesla money reveals the final piece of her strategy. After selling Tesla, Pelosi didn't sit on cash, she immediately deployed it into the most dominant companies in America. She bought Apple, Amazon, and Google all on the same day, spreading nearly $1 million across these three powerhouses. This wasn't random stock picking, this was strategic diversification across different sectors of the digital economy. Apple for hardware and services, Amazon for cloud computing and e-commerce, Google for search and advertising dominance. She was building a foundation that could weather any single company's problems while still capturing the growth of the entire digital transformation. But there's one more move that ties this whole strategy together. Pelosi's final moves reveal she's not just investing in today's winners, she's positioning for tomorrow's growth. Her Salesforce position shows she understands that cloud software isn't going anywhere, and companies are going to keep paying premium prices for customer relationship management. Then there's the Uber play, up to $1 million in a company that most people think of as just ride-sharing. But Pelosi sees what's coming: autonomous vehicles, logistics automation, and the transformation of urban transportation. She's not buying Uber the taxi company, she's buying Uber the future mobility platform. This reveals the final lesson from her entire approach. Here's what Nancy Pelosi's $24 million in recent trades teaches us about real wealth building. First, she thinks in themes, not individual stocks: AI infrastructure, cybersecurity, digital transformation. Second, she's not afraid to make big bets when she sees clear catalysts coming. Third, she takes profits when the crowd is still buying. And finally, she always has her money working. When she sells one position, she immediately redeploys into the next opportunity. You don't need insider information to apply these principles, but you do need to stop thinking like a day trader and start thinking like someone building generational wealth. Look, you might never have access to the same information as Nancy Pelosi, but you can absolutely adopt her strategic approach to building wealth. Focus on major technological and economic trends, size your positions based on your conviction level, and always be ready to adapt when the facts change. If you want to start tracking insider trades and institutional moves like this in real time, head over to nexusaicalls.com. We'll help you see what the smart money is doing before it hits the headlines.